This is the Danielle Baker, director and founder of Model Behavior University, and you're about to get to know me with Raven Paris.
So we've been in this quarantine. What has been the newest thing you've learned about yourself?
That I need to slow down. I actually, that was the best thing that I got out of the quarantine is literally slowing down, taking time for myself and my family.
So what are some things outside of work that you enjoy doing?
Watching movies, spending time with my family, playing cards, and just exploring like new things, coming up, finding out about new games to play. That's pretty much it. We're a game night house over here.
All right, so now I gotta ask you some game questions. Can you throw down a draw four on top of a draw two?
A draw four? No.
Thank you very much. And what are like your top 4 games that you enjoy playing?
Phase 10, Spades, Uno, and Jenga.
Those are good ones. Okay, so if you had a superpower, what would that superpower be?
Oh, if I had a superpower, it would be to show people compassion when they really need it most.
I love that. I feel like that's your superpower now.
Aww.
So I want to go now into like your modeling journey, right? So when did that passion discover? Were you a kid when that started?
Yes, my mom started me modeling at the age of 6. So by the time I turned a teenager, I knew that this was what I wanted to do. But it went opposite. Once we start going to modeling agencies, that's when the depression hit because they was telling me I was too short, my eyes was too chinky, and my cheekbones was too high. So that slipped me right into depression for years. And then I started my first modeling company at 21.
Wow.
For modeling all shapes, sizes, heights, and cultures.
No, I love that. So let's tap into some mental health, right? So what are some signs that helped you discover that you're battling with depression? And what has been some of those things that you've been able to do to help you like get through it? You know, it's ongoing, but what are some things that you use that help you get through it?
Yep, absolutely. What the signs, one was I didn't want to do anything. The negative chatter in my head was so bad. Like I beat myself up more than anybody else. And then I also realized that I was allowing what people were saying to me. I was actually accepting that about myself. So once I began to really notice that, I had to figure out, well, what is it that I love about me? I had to kind of love myself back to life. And I had to understand that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And that's in the scripture that I actually stood on, was fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, you know, and who can be against us if God is for us? And we're all uniquely we come in our package differently. So it was more so about finding out, uncovering and unpackaging myself of how I was created versus comparing myself to other people and listening to what people had to say. So it took a lot of affirmations, a lot of self-love, a lot of writing on the mirror, looking in the mirror, talking to myself, doing voice notes so I can hear myself over and over, even when I'm in a really, really great mood, because we hear ourselves more than anybody do. Yeah. So we're doing a whole bunch of negative chatter all day. It's not helping. So like really catching yourself in a great mood, recording some things where you can now hear your own energy when you're feeling low. That still works for me today. It really do.
I love those tips. So you mentioned how you love movies, watching them. What are like your top 5 favorite movies?
Well, now my all-time top 5 is Juice, Minister Society, Set It Off. I know it's like gangster over here. The Parent Trap I really love.
Yes. Wait, the original one or the Lindsay Lohan one?
The original. I'm still on the original. They both was great, but the original probably is like my best.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the ones that I'm like, I don't care how old I am, I can still watch these movies. Like,
no, those are good ones. What's on Danny's music playlist? What do you like to listen to and vibe out to?
Really, my playlist is so mixed. Between gospel, R&B, rap, techno.
Who are the artists? Who's like your favorite
Different.
artist?
Okay. Yes. In any genre?
Yeah, it could be all the genres. Yeah.
Okay. Lauryn Hill, I can still listen to her entire album over and
Yeah.
over. I love me some Erykah Badu. Jill Scott, of course, Beyonce. Janet still got some records in there that just make me like, let me get to dancing, you know. I still listen to Brian McKnight here and there. Like I'm all over the place.
No, I love them. Those are good.
Lincoln Park, like
yes, Lincoln Park. So wait, this goes into when you have like your fashion shows and stuff, right? How do you create your concepts and the music to go with it? Because I feel like that's like a skill in itself.
Yeah, majority of the time, it has to do with something that's about to happen. So, like right now, I'm about to release the project because the business. Well, I became an entrepreneur March the 16th, 2002. So it's about to be 19 years this month.
Yeah.
That's why March was so special for me. But it's like what I either experience or what I have going on that's coming up. So the new campaign that I'm going to be dropping this month is called Shadow Day. And it's literally about, shadowing with Model Behavior University. But the viewers, because we go on virtual now, the viewers are the ones shadowing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm really excited about this next project. But it's normally about experience that I went through or something that I'm working on next is how I come up with the title. And then I just take this theme and the creativity goes all over the place, Raven. I be like, oh, where did that come from? Like we have done everything from roller skates on the runway to dogs, puppies on the runway, to breaking glass on the runway, water on the runway, cars on the runway. I'm telling you, we have done so much over the years. Bananas.
Wow, that's bananas for real. That is tight. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now that was good. That was really good. All right. Now let's go into lovey-dovey stuff. Okay. I know you're married. So like what are your favorite date night activities to do?
That is so cool. My favorite, really, I'm a cuddle, spending time, lovey-dovey type person. So I'm good with a great movie cuddled up together, like dinner, just kind of relaxing, binge watching, pillow talk. That's like a great date for me. You know what I mean? It just never gets old. It really, truly never gets old. You continue in learning stuff about yourself, about who you're with, and it's just always like that special moment. We got favorite shows that we like to watch. And then of course, if one of us take the lead, like, okay, I'm gonna plan the date night this time. Or we say he's gonna plan, it's like, okay, the excitement between, but what we gonna do? But what's next? And even with the quarantine, we dated in the house a lot. Even our anniversary, we changed around the backyard and did like this dinner for two out back. We recreated a time that we was in Jamaica. It was like this dinner for two on the pier. We kind of recreated that in the backyard. So it's like, it's just you and your special one. And it's like, hey, it's just about us and, that feeling, that connection, that emotion, and just being present in the moment is the biggest thing.
I love that.
I'm excited for you.
I'm so excited.
Yes, a whole wife on deck. She's a wife.
Okay. She's grow up, young buck.
And that's the special part. Like I literally got to watch you grow up, and it's like, oh my God. I was so happy. Like it gave me chills. I was like, yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it, Raven. You really do.
This is not even about me. This is about you. You're so
okay.
All the time. Okay, last question. What is on Danny's bucket list? Do you have a bucket list? What are some things you want to?
I do have a bucket list. My top bucket list, and even though the pandemic hit, is still to be able to travel the world and hit every state in the next 5 years. Like, it was 5 years, but now it's counting because of the slowdown. But I literally want to go to every state. I want to visit, certain islands that I haven't been to yet. So it's about traveling. Like God created earth, why we can't actually go and have these different experiences with the culture and just everything. So that is like number one, is to be able to travel the world. Touch down. I want my feet to touch down everywhere, like, and get that experience.
Yep, I do too. I want to hit all 50 states. We even started thinking about how we could drive to some states and like drive through them because they connected, or we could fly to one state and then go to the other ones. Like, that's definitely on my bucket list too. That's good.
Yes.
So tell everybody how we can support you, how we can follow you.
Yes, definitely, guys. I am the Danielle Baker, THEE, Danielle Baker on all platforms, guys, social media platforms. Also, my business, Model Behavior University. And with Model Behavior University, I help freelance agency models and influencers of all shapes, sizes, heights, and cultures be able to book with national and international brands. So it don't matter if you're a small business and you need a model or influencer, definitely reach out.
Holla at your girls.
At modelbehavioruniversity.com.
Yes. Thank you.